Good afternoon to everyone who is present here. I am Archie Gupte and on the behalf of the Entrepreneurship Cell, Amity University, Mumbai, we, at the entire fraternity of the Institute, we express our sincere and heartfelt gratitude. And we welcome the VCs, HOIs, and chief guests, and our beloved students who have took out their time and joined us for this event.
We are here to celebrate Entrepreneurship Month. Entrepreneurship Month commemorates the celebration of entrepreneurial spirit with innovation organized by the Amity Business School of Amity University, Mumbai. A whole month is devoted to teaching students on campus to interact, contribute, and utilize the network about contemporary market trends as well as the possibilities that await establishing cutting-edge startups.
We would now like to call upon our dignitaries and our guests on stage for the Ganpati Vandana and to light our lamp to get our blessings from our Lord before we begin with the inauguration ceremony. Ma'am, request you to join virtually for the lamp light. Sir, we request you to join us for the lighting ceremony.
सर वो कहाँ से होता है? हाँ हाँ जी हाँ जी हाँ जी 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 हाँ जी करूँ क्या उसको?
Thank you, sir, for lighting our lamp.
Thank you so much. The cell started by the students of Amity University, Mumbai, under the guidance of the Amity Innovation Institute in Noida, to foster entrepreneurship among campus. We at Entrepreneurship Cell are focusing on developing the entrepreneurial skills of young students, which we voted for our country to develop and foster. Entrepreneurship Cell aims to provide an incubator to all the incubates within the campus with industry connections and a hands-on experience in the art of entrepreneurship. We also look forward to our students to play a prominent role in leading a diverse entrepreneurial activities in the and make a significant contribution to growth.
So we are gathered here today for inaugurating our part of the Entrepreneurship Month. And I think addition to the Entrepreneurship Month is so an interesting addition to the Entrepreneurship Month is Startup Week 22. Startup Week is an annual campus-wide celebration of entrepreneurship. This entrepreneurship event seeks to stimulate and create awareness about e-commerce, entrepreneurship, investments, networking, marketing, and businesses.
On this note, we begin our journey of innovating, building, and empowering the ideas of our student entrepreneurs and look forward to everyone's present at every event. Now, Dr. Bhavna Sharma, the head of institution of Amity Business School and the chief mentor of entrepreneurship cell of Amity University Mumbai, would be addressing the crowd. She is the backbone of entrepreneurship cell of Amity University Mumbai and has always mentored and encouraged us to achieve excellence. We would like to call upon ma'am to welcome everyone to begin our entrepreneurship.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. Hope I'm clearly audible. And to start with, I would want to thank our Vice Chancellor, Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Lieutenant General V.K. Sharma, who had taken out time and had joined us this session. I'm really thankful to you, sir, for joining us today and encouraging students of Amity University, Maharashtra for their entrepreneurial journey. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. I would also like to welcome and put in record the registrar, sir, who has joined us today for this inaugural function. Thank you, sir, for joining. Also, in offline mode, physical mode, I'm thankful to Charate ji and our Dean Research, Dr. Aparna ma'am, who has taken out time for their busy schedule and had visited us for this inaugural event. Thank you so much, sir and Madam Fingers. And with a very special note, I would like to mention ESEL chief guest for today's function, Mr. Vikas Ote, who is an alumni of ABS, taking the flag forward for motivating and encouraging each and every student at Amity University, Maharashtra, and is actively participating in making it much successful. I welcome you also here to this ceremony. At the same time, I would like to welcome all of the faculty colleagues, my faculty coordinator for ESEL, Dr. Payal Sanan, my student council who had joined us today for the function. Thank you so much. At the same time, would like to put forward the very best wishes and a very best of the program which we would be featuring and would be observing today in this celebration. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for those kind enlightening words. Now I would like to call upon the Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Mumbai, Lieutenant General V.K. Sharma. Sir, addressing our audience today. He is the founder and Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Gwalior. Under his able leadership, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh has grown by leaps and bounds and has been adjudged the best private university in Madhya Pradesh by CMAI in May 2014, and thereafter for 3 consecutive years from 2017 to 2019. He has also been instrumental in introducing a host of best practices aimed at fostering academic excellence in the university. Sir was granted the President's Commission in the Corps of Signals of the Indian Army. He served the Indian Army for almost 40 years and retired from the second highest rank of Lieutenant General, which is a 3-star and a flag rank of the Army. Sir, we would like to invite you for.
Very good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, Dr. Bhavna Sharma and her team, all the members of Amity Business School, Dr. Shrikant Charate, Dr. Aparna Khanna, Dr. Hira Vyas, all the HOIs, HODs who are present here in physical mode, and of course, my dear students of Amity University, Maharashtra. It is a great thought that Amity University, Maharashtra is celebrating the Entrepreneurship Month 2022. The first thing I would like to tell the students is, although ESEL is being run by Amity Business School, but entrepreneurship is not the prerogative of business school alone. All students, be it from law or from engineering or from biotechnology or from psychology, from any other branch, is capable and should endeavor to launch your own business. Enterprises can be started by anyone, and there are numerous success stories of people who got no business clues whatsoever, who do not have a history of having run business in the family. They have started entrepreneurship on their own and they have been successful. In MIT University, Madhya Pradesh itself, I've seen that there are a number of engineers, biotechnologists, law students, and psychology students who have started their own enterprise and are running it successfully. So that is the first thing, and that is the importance, that the topic that we are discussing today is of importance to each and everyone who thinks that they have got the caliber and capability to launch their own startup. Now I would like to take about 5 to 7 minutes on talking about how to choose the subject matter or the business in which you should do a startup. The first thing is you should find out what the society requires the most. And whatever answer you get, your second question to yourself should be asked, how is the present need being met by the society? Which are the firms which are already supplying what you are thinking of supplying? Of course, it's not possible every time to start something new. Obviously, you can most likely start something which is already being done. But then, next thing you should think about is that if the demand is presently being met, then how are you going to make the difference? Or how differently are you going to meet the demands so that people can prefer placing an order on you rather than placing an order on a firm which is already established? Why should people put their money on you who have just started their business against an already established firm? Because after all, they are putting their money, and money does not grow on trees. So they will offer for your product only if, number one, your product is cheaper. Number two, your product is reliable or more reliable than the product which is already being sold. Number three, you are able to deliver in lesser time than what others are doing. Number four, you are able to provide a better service than others are providing. And number five, you are more approachable and likely to answer questions and more responsive than those who are already running their business. These are the 5 basic questions that you need to ask. And if you find that you are meeting the demands in these, then please go ahead and launch your business. The next thing is demand and supply. A correct assessment of what is the market demand, realistic assessment. Do not make an optimistic assessment here. A realistic assessment, what is the demand and how will that demand be met, and how will the orders be placed? In case you're going to get the orders on internet, which most likely is to happen because today the power of the net must be utilized effectively. In that case, you will have to have an efficient application launched. Making of that application, making of your own website, how the orders are to be placed, how the formats are to be filled, how the money is to be supplied, how the feedback is to come, how the deliveries should take place, and how the comments can be given, how you can be approached. So all these things will be taken care of through the internet connections, and more importantly, through the application, which will have to be very carefully designed. The more efficient the application, and more efficient will be your business. And of course, supply chain management is a very important issue because you have to see the raw material which is required, and of course, production chain management also. How much time will you require to produce? If the production is more, then storage space. Where will the items be stored, and how they'll be dispatched, and how they will be supplied, how you will get the acknowledgement, how the payments are to be made. These things are important. Of course, most important out of them is formulation of the team itself. Who all are going to be your business partners? If there are 2 or 3, then out of this, what is the task and role of each? I've seen some people saying that we are 3 friends going to launch a business and all 3 of us will have an equal partnership. Fine. But then, out of the 3, you must decide who will be the CEO, whose orders that you will finally follow. Because today you may not have a difference of opinion. You are friends. But soon, after all, the opinions cannot match every time and in every situation. There is bound to be a difference of opinion, howsoever slight. And in that case, although you may say, okay, we agree to disagree, but whose final order or whose final verdict shall prevail, that has to be nominated first. Who will be the CEO or who will be the president of the firm that you're going to launch? This aspect is very important, and that should be concurrently decided on the day you are launching the business, right? And of course, the share of the business, whether it should be equal, or if you're going to take loans, then how much equity you should be given to the person from whom you are taking loan, that becomes important. And last but not the least is funding. Every business requires funding. From where the funding is going to come, how much money you're going to put yourself, how much money you're going to take on loans from the bank. And remember here, students, there are a lot of government schemes, incentives, which are coming in the way of entrepreneurship. MSME is having a number of schemes for different types of services that you're going to provide, or for different types of productions, in case your business is going to be a production-based business. Study those very carefully and see from where you can take advantage by taking the government incentives or money from the government. I've seen most of the youth do not study these things first, and the homework which needs to be done before you launch yourself into a business. So these are some of the thoughts that I had, that I thought I should share with you after having seen the entrepreneurs which have been launched in Gwalior, and I'm also chairman of the entrepreneurship cell at Gwalior, or the management team at Gwalior, which is looking after not only Amity University Gwalior, but also in the entire state of Madhya Pradesh also, the entrepreneurships being launched. And if you keep these things in mind, and you have a clear thought and a vision and a line of action plan, then your business is likely to succeed. Of course, your own personal qualities like perseverance, your leadership qualities, your capability to remain calm and cool in times of a crisis, your capability to negotiate, your capability to see, and your capability to make use of opportunities, see challenges as opportunities, make use of them, and of course, flexibility of mind is very important. You should be prepared to change your ideas or to change your plan midway and make corrections depending upon what you see is happening on ground in the society, depending upon the competition that is being offered, depending upon the opportunities that are coming, should be able to change your plans, adjust them, remodify them, and launch them into operations quickly. The pandemic itself has been seen as an opportunity by quite a few entrepreneurs who have successfully launched some of their businesses because of pandemic. Had the pandemic not been there, probably those businesses would never have been launched and they would not have been that successful. Today is a pandemic, tomorrow it is war, like happening between Russia and Ukraine, or the situation which is developing in our neighborhood, any situation, all these things have got an impact on businesses and on entrepreneurship. So these must be well understood, must be factored into your business, and you should be on the lookout and do the environmental scan, like what is happening in your regional area, what is happening in your state, what is happening in the country, what is happening in the world, and how are these likely to have an impact. Also, the changes in the government policy which are taking place. Any changes in the government policy with regard to the concessions being given in income tax, with regard to the GST, how it is going to happen, what are the items on which more GST is likely to be put. So all these things must be kept in mind. And the entrepreneur has to be an all-rounder who should have 1,000 eyes looking into 1,000 directions, capable mind, capable of processing all the inputs, and then of course, making out a plan of action and implementing. So these are some of the words that I thought I'll share with you all. And I wish this entrepreneurship month a great success. And I'm sure some of you will make excellent entrepreneurs, set up your own businesses, make your parents, make your university, and make our nation proud. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Those are some very words, sir. With your guidance, everybody will contribute to entrepreneurship now. Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to introduce our Pro VC, sir, Dr. Santosh Kumar. He has spearheaded many academic assignments such as program and institutional accreditations in India. He was actively involved in academic revamping and inclusion of student-centered pedagogy. He has a total of 181 publications. He also currently holds 19 patents, Indian and international. 3 of his patents on vaccine delivery systems and small molecules have been commercialized in India and in US respectively. Although Sir will not be here present today, he has sent us his blessings and the best wishes for the success of Entrepreneurship Month.
Now we have our keynote speaker, Mr. Vikas Aute sir, we upon him to grace us with his words. Mr. Vikas Aute started his leadership journey as the president of the Student Council at Amity University, Mumbai. He is currently the president of the Alumni Association at Amity University, Mumbai. Mr. Vikas Aute sir has also contributed to the corporate sector as a business development executive. He has also been the associate director for business development at various organizations such as Omnet Technologies and Technobuild Private. He was independent consultant at RIX India and got selected for training at the Maharashtra State Entrepreneurship Development Program. After contributing to the corporate sector, he started his company, Service Projects, in 2020, founded Shermiko Private Limited. His journey didn't stop here. During the pandemic, he contributed to helping people and conceptualize and develop CoviGuard, a quarantine citizen tracking app, and CoviCare, a COVID detected citizen communication system. Fortunately, Shermiko got recognized as an innovative business idea at Startup India for the dedication and hard work he put in during the pandemic. This year, Mr. Vikas got selected for the Business Accelerator program by Government of Maharashtra and Cornell University, New York. Kindly take on this, sir.
Again, two questions. Am I audible? Am I audible? Last. Am I audible? Can you raise your hand if I am audible? Thank you. Let's start. Yeah. So I can understand of the last row as well in all the students because Saas bhi kabhi bahutin, I was the student at that time. So please bear with me, and I request you to don't use social media for 2 minutes, let's say half an hour, because this may change your life as it changed me or my life. I'll take you to the flashback exactly at 5th of April 2016. I was sitting at that side, and on the 4th of April 2022, I'm just 2 steps away from you. So that's how you also can achieve if you take this program seriously. If you take this program and motive behind this program seriously, you also can have the similar benefits in your life. I'm not saying every one of you will be the entrepreneur, but be the contributing citizen for the better India. You should have that mindset of an entrepreneur. It is or you should be doing any kind of job. You can be the entrepreneur, or you will end up with supporting an entrepreneur. Right? So for that, these few minutes are very important. And I'm not an expert speaker. So with the request, I'll take my harra, you call it, chippy, you call it. Yeah? So we'll start with this. As I mentioned, entrepreneur started from MIT itself. On the 5th of April 2016, there was a program entrepreneurship development at the MIT University, wherein I learned how to develop an idea, how to validate that idea, to register the company, how to have your team, how to raise the funding, what is the MVP, what is the market research, market study, what is the growth, and what legacy you can build through your startup or through your innovation or through your entrepreneurship. That few 9 points I learned that we're discussing, and we're relating that particular 9 points to my startup journey as well. So, as mentioned, my name is Vikas Aute. I'm from the very small place in Maharashtra called Sheikh Majurwadi. The place just outside the village, Amsa. The place, as I mentioned, the place is called Sheikh Majurwadi. I was not knowing, there is some destiny. The name of my place is Sheikh Majurwadi, where farm workers and workers stay together. The place is called Sheikh Majurwadi. Not knowing that point, so that was the kind of destiny which leads to have the startup which will facilitate or give a better opportunity of employment, skill development, and social to these. So, I was pursuing my engineering at Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering in Kharghar, and I was a kind of masti wala person. So we filed a case against Mumbai University that time for KT rule. Previously, it was 4 KT rule. We filed a case in Mumbai University. We that and later on it became the 5 KT rule. But I had to pay, big. I can say I had to compensate for that. And I was writing the examination, I tried to see the answer of next person, and just examiner pulled my phone, he said me. So I had to leave my mechanical engineering that time. I went back to my hometown. I compared my civil engineering again. Not being, if there are no chances of any job, I'll do at least a contractorship. With that intention, I started civil engineering. I did my civil engineering from my hometown. I again came back to Mumbai. I started a job with in Panvel, which is the infra company. They used to have the different tenders of, let's say, road construction, airport construction, bridge construction. And there I identified the problem first time, that there is a need of skilled workers at the particular place in the required number with the required skill set. So that's how the first time that problem triggered with me. Then eventually I resigned from that job to have a better education, and I enrolled myself into Amity University for the MBA in project management. That, unfortunately in India we don't have any specialized courses in project management except Amity, RICS and NIPMAR. So I enrolled for the courses wherein I understand the project management. The project can be anything. That can be construction, that can be building an app, that can be traveling from you to your home to this place, that can be a project. Having the definite start, definite end, having the activities, having the resources, that's for the project. So I studied that project over there in Amity University. I was the first student council president in 2017. Currently, I am alumni president, and that's how my academic journey is. And in 2000, after my passing out from 2017 from Amity University, I was having good opportunities to go into the big companies to do any kind of job, but rather than having the 10 to 5 mentality, I choose 24/7 mentality for myself. So the trigger point was there, having the pain point was there in terms of skilled manpower. So I tried to collect the data, how we can have this data, how can build the strategy around it so that it will be the win-win situation for both employee and employer as well. So in end of 2018 or start of 2019, my sister was hospitalized in Gandhi Hospital, Panvel. Most of you must be knowing that place. From where you catch that 6-seater rickshaw to Amity. That's the place. My sister was in ICU. So we were not allowed to go inside the ICU, but I used to observe the people outside the ICU. There is a labor naka, we call it labor naka. The people who want any kind of job, temporary job, they come to this particular naka, and people or the contractor or the employer who wants to hire these people, they come to this naka, they hire these people and they take them to the particular jobs. Now I interacted with these people. That's my hobby into my business. And these people, then I came to know about their pain points, like non-availability of the regular work, not the standard payment, social welfare, no skilling platforms. Father used to do the same thing. Father used to do the same thing. Their child used to do the same thing. So I tried to understand the major pain points. I wrote it down, and I thought if these problems are at this, the similar problems must be at other locations as well. We did surveys of 210 labor nakas in Mumbai. We collected database. We collected their pain points. We filtered that pain points to the standard 10 pain points. It is not possible to build a solution unless you have the both sides of the coin. So we did surveys for employers as well. We identified we identified their pain points as well. So like irregularity of the workers, absconding of the workers, skilling problem, that is workmanship of the workers, and social welfare of the workers. That's how, understanding that both the sides of the coin, we designed a system which will be beneficial for employers and employees. That's why the name is coined as, the name of my startup is coined as the Shramiko. Shramiko itself indicates that is the ecosystem for the people who does hard work. That is Shram. Right? If you talk about, if you see that the research report by BCG or any top consulting company of the world, they talk about the gig economy. Gig economy are the temporary job players. Let's say delivery boys, let's say security guards, let's say housekeeping people. If they fall under this gig economy kind of system. So we have designed some system that the system will give them better opportunities of employment, skill development, and social welfare as well. As mentioned, I got Startup India recognition in 2020, early 2020. In 2020-21, we were in top 20 startups at Startup India Big Startup Competition. And here, this year, 2022, we are selected by Maharashtra government for business sector. Now, it's very easy to say I'm the founder, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But to take care of that, the day you conceptualize any platform or any pain point, it will not give you return from the next day. It will take some time to build your ecosystem. So you should be ready to have your earning sources, or what you can say, any other sources for your bread and butter ready till the day you start your earning by your startup. It is very fascinating to have the startup, but understand the pain behind the startup as well. But if you are ready to bear that pain, so you can achieve more whatever you are expecting as of now. Because when I started for first 2 years, I was not earning anything. But now I am earning good. There is a team of 35 people who works with me. I am earning good. They are earning good. We are contributing to the better India. Now there is a mention that I did some activities in COVID as well. My core, one for the kitchen, one for the soul project, you called it. So my kitchen projects where I used to do BD for different companies. BD is business development. Let's say if you have a company, if you want to grow that company, what strategies you need, what collaborations you need, what joint ventures you can do, how government tenders you can do. That was my expertise since last 8 years. I used to do it. Last 2 years, I'm not doing it. So when I was doing that, the pandemic happened. During the pandemic, I was watching the TV channel. See how you can identify the pain points. I'm trying to tell you that. I'm trying to convey that. I was watching the TV, and there was a news in TV that a quarantine citizen who was supposed to stay at home, he was not at home. He was out of his home for shopping. And this news came into the picture when Panvel Municipal Corporation surprisingly went to visit his house. Imagine how much dangerous was that incident at that point of time, right? But then immediately I texted to I was into BD, government BD, so fortunately I used to have the numbers of most of the bureaucrats. So I texted him, sir, and I have this solution. How you draft a message, that's again a skill. How you draft an email, that's again a skill. If I draft a lengthy message, we are blah, 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 and your problem is this, I am giving the solution. So I have drafted a short message. This is your problem, and I have the solution. Please allow me to make that a 3-line message. I send it to him. But unfortunately, due to his busy schedule and all, he had not replied. So I again copied that message, sent to the Commissioner of Mumbai. Immediately I called from him, and he said, wherever you are, I want you in my office in next 1 hour. There is a lockdown outside. He said, I'll send the required resources for you. So he sent me some policemen and police van, and came, and I went to the corporation. I presented the demo how you can track those quarantine citizens at their homes. Quarantine here, and I moved from this site, this place, just 20 square meters outside this particular geofence area. The dashboard give me the information. Once a person is not at the location, he moved out of. And then government can take the call what to do. Government they can send their health staff. So that way, in next step, when this quarantine citizen flow was reduced, then there was a problem of availability of the bed. Bed availability was the next challenge. So we decided to cater that problem. We developed some systems to have. Then we decided to develop some system which will help us to get availability of the bed availability at your mobile or at a particular link. Yeah, I can understand. I was part of that set. I can understand it very well. So that was Moti entrepreneurial journey. We got our pre-seed funding. This last a month back. We are developing that system. We are gamifying our mobile applications. We are building we are reducing that friction between user and the company. We are building entire platform entire system on such a platform that will be very easy to use and easy to refer to their friends and their colleagues as well. We are gamifying this. We certain of few features I can tell out of my startup is that you can earn before you work. We have started that. You can earn your payment before you actually start doing the work. That is one strategy we are doing. We are doing another strategy that you just see a video and earn the points in INR as well. We are developing that strategy as well. We are developing refer and earn strategy as well. You can refer that particular system to any other, and you can earn points as well, and you will be earning in INRs as well. We are giving that, we are developing entire platform on blockchain. We are associating with National Skill Development Council to give the certificates for their better job opportunities and their better performance. So that's basic about my startup, and I would like to give some advice. It's not advice; it's a friendly advice, you can say. Whenever you are trying to build a startup, or whenever you are thinking to have a startup, I have created some 4, 5, 6 pointers. From that you can start. As Honorable Sharma sir mentioned, that you need to take care of your GST compliance. That next step. First of all, you need to identify the pain point first. Identify your pain point. Try to present that pain point as a business case study, wherein you will be able to understand whether it is making some impact or it is giving in terms of any kind of benefit. That may be tangible benefit or intangible benefit. So you need to build your assets starting from now. And when I talk about the assets, assets are not just your financial assets. Assets can be your network you build through your LinkedIn, through your Facebook, through your Insta, through your Twitter, or any kind of thing. So you need to build your assets. Though you may go into the job, you may go into entrepreneurial, like the social work, or wherever you go, you need to build your assets. And biggest asset you can develop is your mindset. I am repeating, biggest asset you can develop is your mindset. If you develop your mindset, then and then only you will have that vision to see at any place or any kind of problem. Unless and until you have that vision, you are not going to identify that pain point which will give you returns out of it. Right? That is first parameter. You need to develop your vision. Second is you need to identify your why, WHY. Many of you have heard about the Simon Sinek. So he mentions start with why. Why is nothing but your purpose of life. That may be solving some problem, that may be financial gain, that may be higher CPC, that may be the name in the industry, or that may be whatever. So you need to identify the why of your life. Then when, where, who, that becomes easier for you. So the day when I found my why, so everything becomes easier for me. Now I have answered each and every WH question. Unless and until you have your why clear, you cannot go further, or you cannot go to that long. Right? You can have your business, but you cannot have your legacy. You cannot create your legacy. You cannot have that the world built by you. Right? So entrepreneurship gives you the opportunity to the world, to design the world, to create the world, and to impact the world with your thought process, with your activities, or with your offerings to the society. Then everybody says, never give up, never give up, never give up. Rather than that, I will say, give your 100% in. So you never give up is kind of old concept, but whatever you are thinking, give your 100% to it, whatever it may be. That may be study, that may be entrepreneurship, that may be social activity, whatever. Give your 100% whatever you are doing. Then there are chances of succeeding. Then again, keep improving. If you develop some system, or let's say you have the patent or whatever thing, if you are not continuously improving it, if you are not adding value continuously, you will be stagnant. Like iPhone, the first screen touch mobile was iPhone. There are 3 market approaches to innovation. One is the market follower, one who does market research, and this trend is going on the market. They say they develop particular products. Let's say Samsung. If there is a trend of 3 cameras, some come up with the 3 cameras. 4 cameras, you come up with the. There are some companies who are based on the technology. They control on their technology, and they build their systems or offerings accordingly. Google. They have their Google, the platforms, Google Maps and all. So they are integrating multiple things to the technology. That is again the innovation model. The third innovation model is this: what Apple is doing. There was no need, the what you can say, thumb touch or the screen touch in the WhatsApp. Sorry, iPhone came into the market. They make the market. Now they are coming up with the latest innovation. After innovation, they are coming. That's why they are number one company in the world. Right? So if you are innovating something, so you need to iterate that innovation. You need to reinvent it, renovate it, and then you will market. But innovation is not enough. You need n number of supporting innovations for that original innovation. For that, you need to keep innovating yourself. If you improve yourself by 1% daily, so by end of the year, so you will be 7 times different person than today. That's what research says. So that's the continuous improvement, and in Japanese we call it the Kaizen. That's the continuous improvement. And as my again, I got reminder. So again, last part I would like to mention that have your vision, clear vision, execute that vision. Execution will give you clear vision again. That will give you better execution. That execution will give you the clear vision. That again the execution. If you fall in this cycle, you will be successful. I can guarantee that. Then I would like to give one more advice. That is, which I personally believe is that we are the product of our choices. Like as a ABCD, A, B, C, D. The life is between B, like birth and death. So in between C is there, so C is choice. Whatever you choose, you become. So in my social media channels as well, I write sometimes the choice is yours. Hashtag CI1. Right? So you need to choose whether you want to dream big or the choice is yours. Then if you want to be the just opinion giver or the example maker, the choice is yours. Whether you want to prove or prove yourself, the choice is yours. Just run away, the choice is yours. And whether you want the cerebral padding or the celebration of achievement, the choice is yours. Ultimately, the choice is yours, and whatever you choose, it molds you accordingly. So it's up to you what you choose. You choose to in this hall or you choose to on the tapri outside the campus. So the choice is yours. You have the consequences accordingly. So you are the product of your choices and its consequences of your choice. So 2 or 3 more advices. Use your social media very wisely because you are creating your digital footprints. You should use your social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter very wisely. Second, you should plan and prioritize your time. You should schedule. You can use digital apps like Google Calendar. You can use some CRM, OneNote, or TickTick. The latest app is there. So you can use it. That's the tip from my side. And lastly, let's go just a filmy way. Have you seen the advertisement by Sonata Watch Company by the Sushant Singh Rajput? In that advertisement, you just Google after this program. In the program, the particular guy from that same college, he starts his startups, and during the placement scenario or the placement time, he asks his students, so I have just started my startup, so would you like to be part of that? If you think my startup is work, if you are aligned to my thought process, so you are welcome to my startup to join as an intern or as a full-time or as an advisory or whatever capacity. But the condition is you should be in alignment to thought process or my startup. You should not be in the agreement to the startup. Right? Then and then only you will grow, then I will grow. Right? So that's it from my side. So I'll be happy if some of you can join us for the startup journey. So let's build that India's first or world's first sustainable worker ecosystem. Let's build that the win-win situation for all. Let's build the better India. And I would like to conclude the few lines of poetry by Manoj Muntashir. He says in that last row, 1 minute बचा, 1 minute भी नहीं, 30 seconds से please यहाँ पे थोड़ा ध्यान देना because important मुझे मेरे लाइफ में मोटिवेट करता है. एटलीस्ट जब से गाना है, जब से वो लाइन्स आई है, the lines goes like this. मुझे परिंदा नहीं बनना, मुझे आसमान बनना है। मैं पन्ना क्यों रहूं, मुझे दास्तान बनना है, तो मुझे आसमान बनना है. So I would like to invite you all you people to create. I would like to invite you to create that new skyline, new sky for the better India and for the betterment of our own citizens of India.
Thank you so much for inspiring us. The whole the crowd was inspired. Definitely, we were listening to the entire thing, and we have gained so much knowledge just by your experience. And I'm sure, like, once we connect with you, we'll be able to explore more realms with you. So, thank you so much for that, sir. And now we have Ms. Suja Dongare, who is the president of Entrepreneurship Cell, who will be talking about Entrepreneurship Month and all of its events. So, sit back and relax and enjoy all the events. Bye, chief.
Can you hear me? Yes, no, something. Okay. Before I say anything, our team eCell has prepared something for you guys. Okay, we have prepared all of you for the starting week. Like you to see that and maybe give it a move if you like. Thank you. I guess the slab seems that is good and interesting. So we expect registrations from you for the events. So let me tell you about the events now. Innovation and entrepreneurship are considered two faces of the same coin. This is because both of them have the tendency to change the future just in different ways. Innovation shapes us, whereas entrepreneurship nourishes them and makes them available to the world to witness. This is why both of them are always considered essential for each other. With this motto in mind, we at the Entrepreneurship Cell are pleased to introduce the Entrepreneurship Month. Our goal is to
Just 1 minute. I understand, students, you have your classes, but then if you have to disperse for the hour for your classes, please disperse from this particular hall in a silent manner. Program is still on and team has really worked hard. I know you have to attend your session. Your faculty has started with a session of 3 o'clock, 10 minutes up is there, but then move silently. That's all I wanted. Thank you. So Rituja, stage is all yours. Please continue.
thank you for waiting. Appreciate it. With this motto in mind, we at the Entrepreneurship Cell are pleased to introduce the Entrepreneurship Month. Our goal is to create and nurture a startup ecosystem on our campus. What we plan on embarking in this month-long journey is dedicated to boosting entrepreneurship and encouraging students on our campus to engage, participate, and use network to learn about current business trends as well as opportunities that await the cutting-edge startups to achieve success. Our pivotal event, Startup Week, conducted by eCell AUM, is an annual campus-wide celebration of entrepreneurship. This week seeks to stimulate and create awareness about e-commerce, entrepreneurship, investments, networking, marketing, and businesses on campus. We arrange exciting, engaging, and educational events in creative and interactive manner to aid each young aspiring student entrepreneur. The fundamental process of Startup Week is to foster an entrepreneurial spirit on our campus, support them in building a consumer base by setting up stalls, our university premises, and increase awareness about the same. Our key events in Startup Week are Opinionators, a debate competition to formulate and reciprocate ideas on pioneer entrepreneurs. Our second event is the Wolf of Wall Street, which is the Wolf of Wall Street, which is a pitch event to establish a platform for plans and create ideas worth investing in it. Last but not the least, we have the Firm Trouble, an event that participants come with a firm idea and explain what could be done with its business model if they were chief operating CEOs of that firm. Apart from this, Amity Business School is organizing and hosting a management event, Districts 22. It is going to be held on 20th and 21st April 2022 at our campus. During this event, ABS is giving an opportunity to all participants to act the part of business managers and tackle real-life problems that managers face. Participants will be analyzing situations, solving research quizzes, and learning about industry trends. We have an expected footfall of more than 4,000 participants falling in the demography of 16 to 25 years. Up next, the most awaited event of all, ABS, is organizing its first ever virtual Global Entrepreneurship Summit. We will highlight how formal and informal situations evolve over time. The impacts of entrepreneurship develop and behavior and ultimately contribute to sectoral, national, and regional competitiveness. The business diverse with combination of technological change, global disintegration, domestic regulation, and immigration laws have been driving major changes in businesses and economy across the countries, resulting in a pressure of widespread economic insecurity. This event is expected to have an enriching exchange of views between industry experts prevailing in managing business strategies in times of crisis and students of our campus. Lastly, we have ABS Startup Carnival. There would be arrangements of stalls and canopy displayed by vivid businesses at the campus premises for 2 days during the event. These businesses or startups shall promote and advertise their products and services at our extensive audience. Students would be able to experience business firsthand and would learn to impart real-life experiences in their future endeavors with real-life sales and marketing experience. The valedictory ceremony concludes the Amity Business School's month along with entrepreneurship events. As a part of the cultural celebrations, AmiCult will be performing during this ceremony. We will have a prize distribution event to recognize the accomplishments of the students who excelled in the entrepreneurship months, seminars, competitions, and so far, we have been able to impact and influence more than 4,000 students, have made 100 plus industry and corporate connections, and collaborated with 20 plus entrepreneurship cells of other colleges throughout all of our events in just 6 months of our term. We plan on nurturing and incubating more young minds to invest their own ideas and our innovation and entrepreneurship field month. We believe in impacting more and more student entrepreneurs every day and seek to redefine the purpose and mission of entrepreneurship cell with this offline presence being promulgated over vastly. By the end of this term, we plan to enrich your experience by uplifting your ideas that can be created to revolutionize and become barriers to make solid foundations of our future generation. Here's a glimpse of what you will go through entirely in the entrepreneurship month. We also, during the startup week, we will have various stalls put up on campus along with as I just said, during districts and the carnival entirely. So kindly come along, help them grow and promote themselves also. If you have any other stalls that you know of, that if you have a business, ESL is happy to support you and give you an opportunity to endorse your business and grow. Thank you. Thank you, Rutuja, for telling us about the Entrepreneurship Month and the events happening. Now we have Mr. Tushar Sharma, the Vice President of ESL, who will speak about the events that have happened during the last 6 months and the impact of ESL beyond Amity.
Thank you very much, Archie. I hope I am audible. So with this, I would like to take this opportunity to highlight the major events that happened in the past 6 months of Entrepreneurship Cell, Amity University, Mumbai. Initially, we conducted Innovation Week, which celebrated student entrepreneurs, our risk takers, creators, and innovators. The week bridged the gap between local entrepreneurs, talent, and industry networks. Ultimately, it our already thriving startup community. We know that innovation cannot happen without deep collaboration with enthusiasm and industry connections. With our various events, competitions, webinars, and hands-on workshops, our aim is to inspire the community with knowledge about the startup industry. During this Innovation Week, industry challenges were promoted across all disciplines through entrepreneurial challenges, case studies, which helped in magnifying the critical entrepreneurial thinking in our startup ecosystem. We conducted workshops, hands-on workshops, which helped students understand entrepreneurship in their field, where profound speakers from engineering and technology background highlighted careers and business pathways in various streams. This was inspiring for all our learners from Amity University's various schools and has surely illuminated them to create more experience. Entrepreneurship Cell believes in educating about fundamental skills which are needed to become a good entrepreneur. We believe in being a pillar to the ideas of the students who want to expand their horizons of knowledge. Hence, we hosted a lot of workshops, e-masterclass, and webinars to nurture the growth of our students. Entrepreneurship Cell was pleased to have its interactive workshop on topics like goal setting, resume development, entrepreneurial communication skills, growth mindset, product development, guide to investment, content creation, studentpreneurs, marketing, and IT, with prominent personalities from the industry who have successfully enhanced more than 1,000 students' knowledge and skill sets. We also introduced the Real Talk, which is an interview series which spotlights the entrepreneurship set. So far, we had 4 real talks with Rimjam Agarwal and Shubh Agarwal, the founders of Your Emotional Wellbeing. Those are the semester 4 students of Amity Institute of Behavioral and Applied Sciences. Then we had Avantika Jadhav and Sudarshan Rathod, the founders of Peer Space. Our third guest was Moin Patel from Maharaja CEO, and our final guest was Gautam Shah from Fitness Darjeeling. All of them are students of Amity University, Mumbai, who have created their own startups. We are proud of all of them. We reached around 1,000 students beyond Amity as well. With Real Talk, we have inspired our students to join our mission of innovation and further strengthen the bridges of awareness, communication, inspiration with our young learners. We also introduced My Story, which was hosted with industry experts and founders of existing startups who talk about their journey and inspire students to start one of theirs too. Many students immensely benefited from the real life experiences of those renowned speakers. Lastly, the team entrepreneurship cell believes in versatility and innovation in every field. And hence, we come up with our own new festival for the first time, which is eNexus. eNexus, which was in collaboration with all the in-house clubs of Amity University, Mumbai, focused mainly on the main disciplines under the banner of entrepreneurship and gathering students to raise awareness the benefits of entrepreneurship cell. The 10 inter-college events we had with various clubs of Amity were as follows. Pursuit of Persuasion competition with AMI Sustain Club, Rocket League competition with AMI Sports, Access of Asanas webinar with AMI Yoga, ये प्रोडक्ट मुझे रेडे ठाकुर कंपटीशन विद आमी फिल्म, साइबरनेट कॉन्स्टलेशन, logo design competition with IBAS IQAC, Snack Tycoon webinar with Ami Snack Spot, the bread deal competition with Ami Trends, Take Your Own Space webinar with Ami Astro, and lastly the closing ceremony performance by Ami. To summarize, this inter-college festival has provided an excellent opportunity for all young entrepreneurs to share their unique ideas, devise the best possible solution to the given problem statements, connect with peers who share similar interests, and find a realistic platform to develop and design their skills, as well as implement those business ideas in real time. So far, we have been able to influence more than 4,000 plus students, made up 100 plus industry and corporate connections, collaborated with 20 plus cells of other colleges. We plan on nurturing more young minds to invest their own ideas and they start the journey of entrepreneurship. By end of these terms, we plan on enriching the experience of all enthusiasts, uplifting ideas that can create a revolution and overcome barriers to make a solid foundation of our future young entrepreneurs. We look forward to seeing your presence throughout this month. Now we have a small recap video of all the events of Entrepreneurship Cell within the 6 months timeline.
The network is down. It is, the network is still bad.
Shall I close the session? Shall I end the Zoom session or not? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. We are sorry for that. It was supposed to be smooth, but it's not.
Thank you, Tushar. Now we now have Mr. Jonathan Kalluvalli, who is the General Secretary. It's not working. Yeah. We now have Mr. Jonathan Kaluvali, the General Secretary of the Entrepreneurship Cell, who will speak about the startups that were associated with us in the tenure of 2021 and 2022.
Good afternoon, everyone. We believe that it's been a long, tiring day. So I'll just take few of your minutes now. We are towards the concluding now. Hello all, I'm John Kalaveli, the General Secretary of Entrepreneurship Cell. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce one of our associates on this year's new journey. They truly showcase the entrepreneurial spirit on the campus of Amity University, Mumbai. These ideas and innovation have ignited the spark of creativity and rationality in all of us. There are the domains that the startups of our campus entrepreneurs cover. I'll mention the domains and give a general idea on each one. Mental well-being. In the first quarter of 2021, mental health startup investment hit an all-time high of 800 million. The lack of mental health workforce in India, combined with the high demand for it, has given space for numerous mental well-being startups. Fitness. The fitness industry in India is largely messy, uneven, and shapeless sector, waiting to be combined into an organized entity. This has brought numerous opportunities for budding entrepreneurs to establish their startup. Robotics. Robotics is mentioned in the Indian Economic Survey 2017 to 18 as a priority area, but it has not drawn the attention of any policy or plan. Thus, it is a vast platform to experiment and come up with new innovations. E-commerce business. Electronic commerce, often known as e-commerce, is a business concept that allows businesses and people to purchase, sell goods via the internet. Small businesses. During the pandemic, the small business industry saw massive ascent. Small businesses create job opportunities and drive the country's economic growth in smaller geographic areas. They make the market more competitive. Technology. A tech startup is a business that exists to bring technology products or service to the market. Due to the dot-com bubble, when a large number of dot-com firms were established, the concept became widespread globally. Education. Amidst the pandemic, online platforms for education have skyrocketed. This has also brought in new startups for a clear and concise spread of knowledge. Let me tell you more about the startup associates now. Firstly, we have Umesh Patil, who would like to make a lot of changes in the mental health and well-being sector of India with this venture called Baat Karo. Secondly, we have Rinjam Agarwal, who is providing a hand to those who need mental health support with a venture known as Your Emotional Well-being. We also have Ms. Avantika Jadhav and Mr. Sudarshan, who will provide a safe place for students to vent out and get mental health services with a venture known as Peer Space. Then we have Gautam Shah, who aims to revolutionize the fitness industry with his venture called Fitness Darzi. We also have Ms. Daniela Hickman, who aims to take artificial intelligence to a whole new level with a venture called R2I We also have Chirag Kaushik and Rahul Vasishta, who aim to create awareness about raising blockchain technology and provide it every class of the society with a venture called the Tea Company. Moving on, IRA, who's one shop store for all your personalized accessories founded and run by Ms. Ira. We would like to thank each and every associate to hold hands with Entrepreneurship Cell of Amity University, Mumbai. We are sure that with your help and assistance, we can grow your startup into the next big unicorn. I would now take this opportunity to proudly exhibit the highlights of Entrepreneurship Cell. All of the statistics and highlights I'm about to share are curated from an online event organized in response to the pandemic. Let me start with the total funding that we have managed to raise online in the past year, which is worth 2.5 lakhs from various startups and industries. Our total engagement has been over 30,000 in all events and activities. We have connected with over 25 startups and industries and speakers ranging from 30, connecting from all around the world, with 15 external universities participating in our events. In Entrepreneurship Month, we have a range of events lined up, fun and knowledge procuring events for all aspiring students. We have also organized various stalls for students during the startup week, which we believe will amaze you with the items they have in store for you. We have been pleased to be able to host online events that have provided us with new opportunities and look forward to host events on the ground with our ESL team, inspiring students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan. Now I would like to call upon our beloved faculty in charge, Dr. Payal Sanan ma'am, who has been the spark that has motivated us to achieve our best. Ma'am, kindly take over.
A very good afternoon to one and all. Am I audible? I'm Dr. Payal Saran, presenting a word of thanks for this event on behalf of ESL Amity University, Mumbai. At the onset, we express our gratitude to His Excellency Chancellor Sir AUM Dr. Asim K. Chauhan. Your blessings motivate us to do better every day. Honorable Vice Chancellor AUM, Lieutenant General V.K. Sharma Sir, we cannot thank you enough, sir, for your presence, and giving your blessings to the event. Thank you so much, sir. Honorable Pro VC Sir, Dr. A.W. Santosh Kumar Sir, we need to thank you, sir, for not only allowing us to conduct this event, but also for supporting us like pillar throughout. We thank you, Mr. Vikas Aute, our chief guest for the day, for taking time from his busy schedule and addressing the students. Pearls of wisdom and knowledge that you shared with them, with our students, will go a long way in encouraging and inspiring them and building them into a budding entrepreneurs. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. I want to show my gratitude to our registrar, sir, Dr. Hira Vyas, irrespective of his busy schedule. Sir attended this event virtually. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence. Special thanks to Dean Academics, Dr. Shrikant Charate, sir, Dean Research, Dr. Aparna Khanna, madam, Dean Student Welfare, Dr. Gautam Gauli, for continued support for the event and always motivating us. Our officiating director and HOI of KBS, Dr. Bhavna Sharma, madam. We thank you, madam. You've guided us throughout, right from the inception of idea to each and every detail of this event. I'm so indebted to you, madam. And any event cannot be successful without support of various departments. We sincerely thank Mr. Abhijit, Mr. Dattatreya, Mr. Kapil, and entire AUM IT support. We also thank Mr. Chetan and Mr. Narendra for media support. Sincere thanks to Colonel Sudeep Kumar Mehta and Mr. Ketan along with team for admin and logistical support. A heartfelt thanks to all, the President, Rutuja Dongre, Vice President Tushar Sharma, and all core committee members of ESL and all student members. Thank you all so much. To the anchors of the event, my sincere thanks to all the faculty members and students for joining us as a wonderful audience. I would also like to thank all those, if I missed to mention anybody's name, thank you so much. Thank you all. This is to make a special mention about School of Liberal Arts, who have put up their beautiful, wonderful work of display just outside the seminar hall. You can have a look. Thank you, Liberal Arts School. Thank you so much.
Everyone, thanks for joining.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I'd like to take a moment to make a special mention for ASFA. Amity School of Fine Arts consists of some of the most poised and poignant talents. They have an art exhibition right outside the seminar hall. Don't forget to glance and admire their art on your way out.
Kindly note not to touch the art pieces and just glance at it from a distance. An event of this sort does not happen overnight. It needs preparation and attention to detail. We have been lucky to be backed up by an excellent, proactive, and committed team who have offered nothing but their utmost dedication and talent at every event, every stage of this event. So kindly take a look at the team of the Entrepreneurship Cell for 2021 to 2022.
With this, we come towards the end of our inauguration ceremony. Don't forget to join us and register for all of our events. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for sitting so patiently and listening to all of us.
Thank you for being patient. All the coordinators are requested to wait for a photograph. ESL team, please call all the members who are outside for a photograph. And ESL team, congratulations, we did!